can I switch up on my game? Gang, gang. For my squad, I will let it bang. Bang, bang. If I get hurt, I will never sing. Cause I will never switch up on my game.
What is up, guys? It's your boy Tommy MX back out here with another tutorial on how to change the oil. It's kind of dark outside and raining, so we're gonna wait for the next day for me to change the oil on my DRZ. But I'll see you tomorrow.
The next day.
You're gonna need, this is just some coolant I put in the bike. You don't need that for an oil change. You're gonna need some 10W/40, because that's what they recommend. It shows Kawasaki full synthetic, 2 quarts, because it needs 1.9 quarts this bike with the oil, with the oil filter. Getting this K&N oil filter on there. Some new crush washers for the drain bolts. I'll need these Allen. Well, I kind of need these because mine's like kind of aftermarket, but you need this 24 deep socket to get to the hidden oil screen, and then you need some like a 10, 12, and a 14 millimeter socket to get the skid plate off and drain the oil. Let's go check out the bike, baby. Yeah, look at these bulls. Look at these bulls, man. They're just bulling out here like little hoagies. Hey! Let's check out the bike. Gonna need an oil pan right here. And the lighting's probably not that good right now. But you're gonna need an oil pan. I've done pretty good maintenance to this bike already. I changed the oil 1,000 miles ago. I did the brakes, the chain tensioners right there, put new ones on. Got the perfect slack on the chain right there. Alright, so the first thing you're gonna wanna do is warm the bike up so the oil flows out nice and like quickly, I guess, and evenly. Turn the gas on, pull the choke out. There you go, that's all I needed. You're not gonna wanna rev it too much because you're gonna wanna keep the oil like lower in the bike. Because if you rev it, a bunch of oil is going to go in the top end. So you want to keep it as low as possible. Maybe let the bike warm up for a few minutes, maybe 3-4 minutes. You don't want it too hot, so then you should be good to go once you let it warm up. While it's warming up, you can bring your tools over there, which is what I'm doing. Getting my crush washers, oil filter, and my 10W/40 full synthetic Kawasaki oil. I'm probably just going to like time lapse this whole thing, but every like important step I'll include that in there. Alright, so before you warm the bike up, you're going to want to take this skid plate off so you don't burn yourself and all the hot stuff. So in order to take the skid plate off, you're going to need a 10 millimeter socket. Remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So I just did this 1,000 miles ago, so the oil is probably not going to be that dirty. Alright, that's the last one. Then your skid plate should just come right undone. See, it's nice and clean because I cleaned it before. So what you're going to want to do is take this bolt out here. That's your, like, it's the oil that's in the engine. And then this bolt right here, which is the oil in the frame. It doesn't really matter which one you do first. I usually just do the frame one first, but it doesn't really matter. And you want to take this hose off by loosening this clamp right here. You want to pull it off, loosen this nut so that you can swivel it to the side, or like to the side to get it out of the way. And that's when you use this 24 socket right here, deep socket. Make sure it's deep socket, so that you could take this screen out and then clean the screen with some brake cleaner, parts and brake cleaner. Alright guys, I'm going to get a little bin to hold all my bolts because I don't want to lose it. Something like this. This will be fine. Make sure it's nice and clean. And then you're also going to want some parts and brake cleaner. So I'm going to look for some right here. Usually we have some parts and brake cleaner. Yeah, carb choke. Where is the parts and brake cleaner? Is there any up there? Oh, I found some. I found some, boys. Don't make fun of my garage. I know. We got the Mountain Max, good for deep snow. Got TW right here. See, carb choke and parts cleaner. Just need some of that. Now you should get all this stuff before you warm the bike up. Like I said, take the skid plate off before you warm the bike up, so you don't burn yourself on the exhaust. Hey, hey little dog, give me paw, give me paw, give me paw. Hey, what are you doing? Whoa, hello. Whoa, whoa. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is unscrew this oil oil cap right here, just so everything flows better. So yeah, I do have good oil in there, but just like to change my oil every 1,000 miles just to be safe. It's probably 12, I'm assuming. Yes, it is. Alright. Careful on that exhaust, it is very hot. Okay. Well, I tried to get it not on my hands, but I failed. Looks very, very clean, which is good. Good to see. Always love clean oil on my bike. Let's put this in the parts bucket. That's why you wear gloves. I know some people love bathing in this stuff, but I personally like having clean hands. And you can also take out the other one. My dog's barking at someone. Other one's probably gonna be a 14, I'm assuming, because it's bigger. I know that. Come on. There we go. Oh, it's so warm. It feels kind of good. It's almost kind of, it's tasty. That's how you test how new the oil is. You get a little lick to oil, taste it. This one does have a magnet on it. As I can see, there is no metal. I ordered my crush washers off of Motorsport. They came in pretty quick, so that's what it looks like. This is the oil drain bolt. These are garbage. Just throw that. So you're gonna want to loosen that, loosen this one, then loosen this one a little bit. This one does not have an arrow, but it should have an arrow right there. But you can kind of tell how the S is. Make sure it's just the S is upright. Alright. So once you have this out, you're going to want to make sure you have that spring on there and this O-ring. You can replace it, but as long as it's in pretty good condition, you can reuse it, which is what I'm going to do. Put that in there. So this is the oil filter I put in last time. It's the K&N. It looks pretty good. It's the K&N air filter, or oil filter. It's pretty clean. This is going to be garbage, so let's just put that over here. And then there's a little O-ring inside here, which you're going to want to make sure is still there. This is my new oil filter right here. Same one, K&N filter. So let's put it in, put a little oil on there, might as well. Just make sure, double check, make sure your O-ring is there. Should be good. I mean, it's pretty, and the way to put it in, you put the hole in first. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but that's how you do it. You put the whole end in first. Go like that. Get your cover. Put a little oil on that O-ring, make sure it's nice and good seal. Get all the bolts. Alright, so the oil filter is done. Now we're moving on to the oil screen. I'm going to take this right off. There we go. Alright, so once you get that off, I'm going to loosen this bolt right here. Just loosen it so you can move this out of the way, like that. There we go. And that's where this comes into play right here. Alright, this is the screen right here. Pretty clean, but it's just good to do every time. I think it recommends like every 6,000 miles, but I'm a safe boy. I like keeping my stuff good. That's good. That's not going nowhere. You're gonna wanna put this hose back on there. There we go. Hose nice and on there. So this is the crush washer right here, and this is the drain bolt. You're gonna want to put the cone side up. See how the cone side is up? That's what you're gonna want to do. Alright, so this bike needs 1.9 quarts of 10W/40. So for the first quart, you don't really need to measure anything because it's just 1 quart. So you just dump it right in. Get your nice clean funnel. Make sure you spray it with some Hearts and Brake cleaner. Before you pour the oil in, make sure you put all the drain bolts back in. Otherwise, it's just going to pour right out of the bike. Alright, so now I'm going to measure, since it needs 852 cubic centimeters, I'm going to do 1/500, fill it up, and then do 352. Just following what the owner's manual says. Don't want to put too much, don't want to put too little. Just the right amount. That's 0.9 liquid quarts measured into cubic centimeters. Then I'm going to pour it into this funnel. So I need 352 because it's all round up. Alright. This is about 352, maybe 360, but 10 milliliters, not every drop of oil gets in there. So we're going to put that in there too. And just wait for it to drain the bike.